So in the last class we discussed about our second chapter, teeth and microbes. Teeth and microbes. Okay. So in this chapter we studied about types of teeth. There are two sets of teeth: milk teeth or temporary teeth and permanent teeth. And there are four kinds of teeth. They are incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Incisors are known as cutting teeth and canines are tearing teeth. And premolars and molars are the crushing and grinding teeth. Okay. And also we studied about enamel, dentine and pulp. Okay. So these are the three parts of a healthy tooth. And enamel is the hardest portion or hardest part of human body. Then today we are going to study about care of teeth. Care of teeth. Okay. So we should take care of our teeth as we will not be able to get another set of teeth. So you should take care of your teeth by the following ways. So first one is rinse your mouth after every meal. Rinse your mouth. Rinse your mouth after every meal. Then brush your teeth twice a day. Brush your teeth twice a day in the morning and before going to sleep. Okay. Then brushing removes food that gets stuck between your teeth. So brush your teeth twice a day. Then floss your teeth. So it's also important to floss your teeth, which means this removes the food that's stuck between the teeth that cannot be removed by brushing. And a dental floss is a hygienic piece of waxed string that can move between the spaces of our teeth. So it's very important to floss your teeth. Floss your teeth and this remove the wastes or remove the food that is stuck between the tooth and that cannot be removed by brushing. So it's an important way that floss your teeth. So the second one is brush your teeth twice a day. Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth twice a day. It's in the morning and before going to bed. Brush your teeth. And third way is floss your teeth. So floss spelling F L O S S. Floss your teeth. Floss your teeth. So first one is rinse your mouth after every meal. Then brush your teeth and floss your teeth. Brush your teeth twice a day. So you should take care of our teeth by rinse your mouth after every meal. Then brush your teeth twice a day. Then floss your teeth. Floss your teeth is very important and this removes the food that is stuck between the two teeth that cannot be removed by brushing. Okay. And a dental floss means a dental floss is a hygienic piece of waxed string that can move between the spaces of the teeth. And next way is eat food rich in calcium. Eat food rich in calcium. Eat food rich in calcium. And the food rich in calcium like milk and milk products and it makes our teeth strong. The food rich in calcium makes our teeth strong. So you should include your food rich in calcium in your daily diet. Okay. So these are the ways that we take care of our teeth. Rinse your mouth, then brush your teeth, floss your teeth, then eat food rich in calcium. Then the last one is exercise your gums. Exercise your gums by eating fibrous foods. Exercise your gums. So you can exercise your gums by eating fibrous food and massage the gums with your fingers after washing our mouth or after washing with your hands. Okay. So exercise your gums by eating fibrous food and massage the gum with your finger after washing your hands. So these are the ways that we can take care of our teeth. So which are the ways that we take care of our teeth? Rinse your mouth, brush your teeth, floss your teeth, then eat food your teeth strong. Then exercise your gums. Exercise your gums by eating fibrous foods. Exercise your gums by eating fibrous foods. The next topic is microbes. So what is spelling of microbes? Yes, microbes. So what do you mean by microbes? Is very tiny living organisms that cannot see with our naked eyes are called microbes. The very tiny organisms that cannot be seen by our naked eyes are called microbes. So microbes means tiny living organism, and the microbes that can only see under the microscope. So the tiny things or tiny living organisms that can be seen under the microscope, they are called microbes. So tiny living, T-I-N-Y, tiny living organisms. So what is spelling of organisms? O-R-G-A-N-I-S-M-S. Organisms that can only be seen under the microscope. M-I-C-R-O-S-C-O-P-E. Microscope. They are called microbes. So microbes means the tiny living organisms that cannot be seen with our naked eyes. So the tiny living organisms that can only be seen under the microscope are called microbes, and the microscopes can be seen under only using a microscope. So what is spelling of microscope? M-I-C-R-O-S-C-O-P-E. Microscope. Okay. So microbes means tiny living organisms that can only be seen under the microscope. Tiny living organisms that can only be seen under the microscopes are called microbes. And the microbes are present everywhere like in the air, water, soil, and inside the body and in the bodies of animals. Like anywhere microbes are seen. Okay, microbes are seen anywhere like soil, water, then air, and inside the body and in the bodies of animals also. And some microbes are useful to us and some are harmful to us. And the disease causing microbes are called germs. The disease causing microbes are called germs, and the microbes are of 4 types. Okay, so microbes are 4 kinds of microbes, and the 4 kinds of microbes are bacteria, protozoa, fungi, and viruses. So which are the 4 kinds of microbes? Bacteria, protozoa, then fungi, and viruses. These are the 4 kinds of bacteria. So 4 kinds of microbes. So what do you mean by microbes? Tiny means small, very small living organisms that can only be seen under the microscope are called microbes. And microbes can be seen everywhere like soil, water, air, and inside the body and in the body of animals. Okay, and there are 4 kinds of microbes, and the 4 kinds of microbes are bacteria, protozoa, fungi, and viruses. And some of the microbes are useful to us, some of them are harmful to us. And some microbes causes diseases, and the disease causing microbes are called germs. disease causing microbes are called germs. Okay. So microbes means tiny living organisms that can only be seen under a microscope, which means the tiny organisms that we cannot see with our naked eyes, and they are called microbes. And microbes are of 4 kinds. Which are they? Yes, bacteria, protozoa, fungi and viruses. Okay. And the disease causing microbes are called germs. Disease causing microbes are called germs. Yes, germs. Germs means disease causing microbes. Some microbes are useful to us and some of them are harmful to us. The harmful microbes causes diseases. Okay, like typhoid, tuberculosis, etc. So the disease causing microbes are called germs. Disease causing microbes. DISEASE. Disease causing microbes. Disease causing microbes are called germs. Disease causing microbes are called germs. There are 4 kinds of microbes. How many types of microbes? Yes, 4 kinds of microbes. Which are they? And the first one is bacteria. Study about microbes. There are 4 kinds of microbes. First one is bacteria. So what's the spelling of bacteria? B-A-C-T-E-R-I-A. Bacteria. Then second one, protozoa. P-R-O-T-O-Z-O-A. Protozoa. Then fungi. F-U-N-G-I. Fungi. And the fourth one is viruses. V-I-R-U-S-E-S. Viruses. Viruses like coronavirus. Okay, it's a microbe. Okay. So, which are the 4 kinds of microbes? Bacteria, protozoa, fungi and viruses. Okay. So what is the spelling of bacteria? B-A-C-T-E-R-I-A. Bacteria. Then protozoa. P-R-O-T-O-Z-O-A. Protozoa. Then fungi. F-U-N-G-I. Fungi. Then viruses. V-I-R-U-S-E-S. Viruses. So these are the 4 kinds of microbes. So these 4 kinds of these are the tiny living organisms that we cannot see with our naked eyes, and they can only be seen under a microscope. Okay. And then we are going to study about each of the microbes. And the first one is bacteria. Bacteria is a microorganism or microbes, which means the tiny living organisms that can only be seen under microscope. And bacteria are single-celled organisms. Bacteria are single-celled organisms, and they can see different shapes. They are of different shapes. So bacteria are single-celled organisms, which means bacteria has only one cell of. It is a single-celled organism. So first point is single-celled organism. Single-celled organisms. Bacteria are single-celled organisms of different shapes, of different some of them are cause diseases like food poisoning and typhoid and tuberculosis. Food poisoning, typhoid and tuberculosis are the disease caused by bacteria. So which are the diseases? Yes, food poisoning. Food poisoning. Then typhoid. And tuberculosis. These are the diseases caused by bacteria. So bacteria are single-celled organisms. Bacteria are single-celled organisms, and some bacteria are helpful to us, and some of them causes diseases. And the bacteria causes diseases like food poisoning, typhoid, tuberculosis. Food poisoning, typhoid and tuberculosis are the diseases caused by bacteria. And bacteria also cause tooth decay. Then next one is protozoa. So bacteria are single-celled organisms. Single-celled organisms. And the disease caused by bacteria are food poisoning, typhoid and tuberculosis. Okay. So which are the diseases caused by bacteria? Yes, food poisoning, typhoid and tuberculosis. Okay. Then next type of microbe is protozoa. Protozoa. So protozoa is a kind of microbe, and it is also tiny living organisms. We cannot be seen with our naked eyes. And protozoans are single-celled organisms. They are also single-celled organisms like bacteria. Single-celled organisms. Single-celled. Single-celled organisms, and they are bigger in size than bacteria. Protozoans are bigger in size. Protozoans are bigger in size than bacteria and live in wet places. Protozoans live in wet places. Live in wet places. And some protozoa are also live in the bodies of plants and animals. Some protozoans live in the body of plants and animals. And protozoa causes some diseases like dysentery and malaria. Dysentery and malaria are the diseases caused by the microbes protozoans. Okay. So first disease is dysentery. Dysentery and malaria. So what is spelling of dysentery? dysentery. Dysentery and malaria. 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 These are the two types of diseases caused by the microbe protozoans. Okay. So protozoans are single-celled organisms, and they live in wet places. They live in wet places, and they are bigger in size than bacteria. And they also some protozoa live in the bodies of plants and animals. And the disease caused by protozoans are dysentery and malaria. So dysentery and malaria are the two diseases caused by protozoans. So which are the diseases caused by bacteria? Yes, it's food poisoning, typhoid and tuberculosis are some of the diseases caused by bacteria. And here dysentery and malaria are caused by protozoans. Understood? Then next one is fungi. So here in your textbook, page number 155, there is a picture of microbes. Now this is is bacteria. Bacteria is a single-celled organism and organisms of different shape, and some of them causes diseases like food poisoning, typhoid and tuberculosis. So this is a type of bacteria. Then here protozoans. Protozoans are also single-celled organisms and they are bigger size than bacteria. They are bigger size than bacteria. Then some protozoa also live in the bodies of plants and animals, and protozoas mainly live in wet places. Then the protozoa causes diseases like dysentery and malaria. Protozoa causes diseases like dysentery and malaria. The third one is fungi. Okay, so here the fungi that cause ringworm. Ringworm is a disease caused by fungus. Okay, so fungi means fungi grow on dead and decaying things. So fungus grow on dead and decaying things. Some fungi are useful and some of them cause diseases like ringworm and athlet's foot. So third one is fungi. Fungi grow on dead and decaying things or grow on dead and decaying matter. Okay, so it's grow on dead and decaying. So what's spelling of decaying? D E C A Y I N G. Decaying. Things. Okay. So fungi grow on dead and decaying things, and some fungus are useful to us and some of them are harmful to us, and some fungi causes diseases like ringworm and athlet's foot. So which are the disease caused by fungus? Ringworm and athlet's foot. Okay. Athlet's foot. A-T-H-L-E-T-E Athlet's foot. Okay. Ringworm. R-I-N-G-W-O-R-M. Ringworm and athlet's foot are the diseases caused by fungi or fungus. So here the picture is given here. There is a fungi that cause the disease ringworm, and this is bacteria, protozoans and it's fungi that cause ringworms. Okay, ringworms. The next one is viruses. So viruses are the extremely small microbes. The extremely small microbes is virus. Virus is the smallest microbe. The smallest microbe is called viruses. Okay. So these are the extremely small microbes, and they cannot be seen with an ordinary microscope. They cause diseases like measles and mumps and flu. Okay. So diseases like measles, mumps and flu. These are the diseases caused by viruses. Okay. So viruses are extremely small microbes. They cannot be seen with an ordinary microscope. So the smallest microbe is virus. The smallest microbe is called viruses. Okay. So these are the 4 kinds of microbes. So which are the 4 kinds of microbes? Bacteria, protozoa, fungi and viruses. And the disease tuberculosis is caused by bacteria. And the disease malaria is caused by the microbe protozoans. And next one is useful microbes. And the harmful microbes which cause disease are called germs, or disease causing microbes are called germs. And some of the microbes are also useful to us. So let us see what are the useful microbes. Useful microbes. So the uses of microbes are some bacteria. Bacteria is a kind of microbe, and some bacteria helps to change milk into curd. Bacteria change milk into curd. Bacteria helps to change milk into curd. And most bacteria and fungi help speed up the decay of dead plants and animals and clear the space. Okay. Then some bacteria help in the digestion of the roughage having cellulose present in the intestine of herbivores like cow, sheep, etc. So, and some bacteria present in the human intestine help to make some vitamins. Some bacteria present in the human intestine help to make some vitamins. And yeast is a fungus. Yeast is a fungus, and the yeast is used to make bread and cakes fluffy. Then we eat certain kinds of fungi like mushrooms. Mushrooms is a kind of fungus, and we eat the kind of fungi like mushrooms. Then we eat certain kinds of fungus like mushrooms, and fungus called penicillium is used to make medicines called penicillium, which is an antibiotic. So the fungus called penicillium. Penicillium is a fungus, and it is used to make medicines named penicillium, and which is an antibiotic. Penicillium is an antibiotic, and it is used made by using the fungus penicillium. So these are the useful microbes. First one is bacteria. Some bacteria are helpful to us, and the bacteria help to change milk into curd, like lactobacillus, etc. Okay. Then most bacteria and fungi help to speed up the decay of dead plants and animals and clear the space. Then some bacteria helps in the digestion of roughage. Digestion of roughage having cellulose present in the small intestine of herbivores. Then also some bacteria present in the human intestine helps to produce or helps to make some vitamins. Then yeast is a fungus, and the yeast is used to make bread and cakes fluffy. And we eat certain kinds of microbes. We also eat certain kinds of microbes like some kinds of fungi like mushrooms, etc. Then the fungus is used to make medicines. Fungus is used to make medicines. So these are the uses of microbes. First one and important one is bacteria change milk into curd. So which microbes change milk into curd? Is bacteria, lactobacillus. So second chapter is over, and in this chapter we studied about functions of teeth. So what are the functions of teeth? Our teeth help us to bite and chew the food, and we cannot speak properly without teeth. So our teeth help us to speak properly. Then our teeth give shape to our face. Then we also studied about two sets of teeth. They are milk teeth or temporary teeth and permanent teeth. So milk teeth means the first set of teeth in the mouth is called milk teeth, and the second set of teeth and that are permanent and replaced the milk teeth are called permanent teeth. And the milk teeth is also known as temporary teeth. And then we studied about three parts of a tooth. That's crown, then crown, root, and neck. Crown means the part of the tooth above the gum is called the crown, and the part of the tooth that is below or inside the gum is called the root, and where the root meets the crown, then it is called the neck. Then we also studied about parts of a healthy tooth. So which are the parts of a healthy tooth? A Yes, that's enamel, dentin and pulp. Enamel means the white hard portion of the tooth that we can see. And enamel is the hardest part of the human body. And dentin is lies inside the lies under the enamel. And is not so hard like enamel. And pulp means it has nerves and it also lies inside the dentin and has blood vessels and it provide nutrients for the tooth. Okay, so pulp provide nutrients for the tooth because it has nerve cells. Then we studied about care of teeth. We can take care of our teeth by rinse our mouth after every meal and brush our teeth twice a day. Then floss our teeth. Then eat food rich in calcium like milk and milk products that make our teeth strong. Then also exercise our gums by eating fibrous food and massage our gums with our fingers after washing our hands. Then we also studied about microbes. So what do you mean by microbes? The tiny living organisms that can only be seen under a microscope are called microbes. There are 4 kinds of microbes and the disease causing microbes are called germs. Disease causing microbes are called germs. And the 4 kinds of microbes are bacteria, protozoa, fungi and viruses. Okay. So viruses are the extremely small microbes. And bacteria and protozoas are single-celled microbes. And protozoans live in wet places. So these are the things that we discussed in our second chapter. So just move on to our exercise portion. So take your textbook, page number 156. Okay, the first exercise is based on tick the correct answer. And part A, tick the correct answer. And the first question, the result of dash is bad bleeding of gums and indigestion. So bleeding of gum is a result of tooth decay. So option A, tooth decay. Then second question, which teeth help us to tear pieces of food? So which set of teeth or which kind of teeth is known as tearing teeth? Canines. Canines are known as tearing teeth because it helps to tear the food items. So which teeth help us to tear the pieces of food? It's canines. So option A, canines. C-A-N-I-N-E-S, canines. Then third question, the number of molar teeth in each jaw. How many molar teeth present in our each jaw? There are 6 molars in each jaw. So the option B, 6. Then fourth question, the smallest microbe is called. There are 4 kinds of microbes and the smallest microbe is virus. So answer virus, option A. Then fifth question, which of the following is used to make bread soft? And we use yeast. Yeast is a fungus which is used to make bread soft. So the answer is option B, yeast. Then next one is fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. First question, dental dash is used to clean between 2 teeth. So we use a dental floss. We floss our teeth to clean or remove the food stick or stick between 2 teeth. Okay. And dental floss is used to clean between 2 teeth. So the answer is floss. Dental floss. Okay. So here answer is given. So you write floss. F-L-O-S-S. Then second question, disease causing microbes are called. Disease causing microbes are called germs. Disease causing microbes are called germs. Third question, the part of the tooth inside the gum. The part of the tooth above the gum is called question. Dental floss is used to clean between two teeth, and it's a hygienic piece of string. And the disease causing microbes are called germs. And the part of the tooth inside the gum is called root. And the four front teeth that are used to cutting food are called incisors. And incisors are called cutting teeth. And fifth one, microbes can only be seen under a microscope. Then the third one is match the following. Here is the question. First one is incisors. So incisors are called cutting teeth or biting teeth because it is used to bite the food item. So you match incisors with option B, biting teeth. Then second one, germs. Germs means disease causing microbes. So match with option C, disease causing microbes. And premolars and molars. Premolars and molars are called grinding and crushing teeth. So match with option D. Then a tooth interior structure. Consists of enamel, dentin and pulp. So option A. So fourth one is match with option A. Then next one is B part. True or false? True or false? And the first question, crown, neck and root are the three parts of a tooth. Yes, it's true. Crown, neck and root are the three parts of a tooth. So, first one, true. So, write T on the box. And tooth decay may even result in us losing our teeth. Yes, tooth. It's true. So, write T on the box. Third one, there are four kinds of teeth. Yes, there are four kinds of teeth. They are incisors, canines, molars and premolars. So it is true. So write T on the box. Fourth one, microbes are quite large living things. It's false. Microbes are very tiny living organisms. So write F on the box. Fifth one, some microbes are useful and some cause diseases. Yes, it's true. Some microbes are useful to us and some microbes like bacteria helps to change milk into curd, and some of them helps to digestion of cellulose or digestion of roughage in the small intestine of herbivores. So it's true. So write T on the box. So these are the answers of true or false question. So do these answers in your textbook by using a pencil and send to my WhatsApp. Okay. So our second chapter is over. So you should read your text carefully and also read your test more and more times. Okay students, let us wind up our class. Have a nice day. Thank you.